Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukascha Yekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodharascha Vikato Vignarajo Vinayakaha Dhumaketur Ganadhyakshaha Palachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Suklam Dharadharam Vishtum Tasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanavalanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasya Virada Vaktradhya Parishadya Parasatam Vidham Vidhanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Kamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhi Sakshine Krishnadvaipayanam Vyasam Sarva Bhuta Hiteratam Vedabhyabhaskaram Vande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Janmadhyasya yatha anvayat itaratascha arteshu abhignah sarat Kene brahma huda yaha adhikavaye mukhyanti yat surayah Kejovari mrutam yatha vinimayah yatra tu sargo mrisha Dhamna sena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi Dharmah prochida kaitavotra paramo nirmat saranam satam Vedhyam vastavam atra vastu sivadam tapatrayon molanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krate Kimva Parairisvaraha Sadhyo Hridi Havarudhyatehe Atra Krutibihi Sutrushubihi Takshanat Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Sukha Mukhat Amrita Drava Samyutam Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasikaha Bhuvi Bhavukaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. With Bhagavan's grace, let us continue from where we left in our last session. We came up to Slokam number 35 in Adhyayam 28, Skandam number 3. This particular Adhyayam is very important. It talks about three, if you want to, in our modern way of understanding things, because we are taught rather from young age onwards in our schooling system to write things in paragraph, each paragraph conveying one particular subject or aspect or item or one particular point. That's the way we are taught. That's the way we are trained to read and understand. If we were to follow that same methodology to look into and grasp what is being taught in this Adhyayam, there are three subsections. The number first one, the whole Adhyayam talks about the disciplines for realization, which is Atma Vidya, the discipline to be followed for Atma Vidya. That's putting it in a very simple way. And if I follow these disciplines in the prescribed manner, and the final goal is achieved, is attained, which is Atma Vidya, and that is also described. Atma Vidya cannot be described. They're the experiences that leading to the final Sayujyam of Ekam Sat. Up to that point, Bhagavan describes. Now, there are three sections, three subsections. The first subsection says how to start purifying oneself. The ways, the disciplines, the method, the pathways, the steps one must undertake to purify. That is yamam, niyamam, asanam, pranayamam, pratyaharam, right? And then dharanam. Up to that point, for purification, because the mind is now, we have to, just like we go and do physical exercise in a gym, this is the exercise to be done in the gym of life for strengthening and controlling the mind. The mind becomes under control in the dharanam stage. Then the second subsection talks about the dhyanam, which is an extended form of dharanam only. Okay, when the dharanam goes beyond a certain time interval, okay, and exactly what that number is, Swami, I'll share with you one day. Then it automatically segues into what we call dhyanam. Dhyanam and meditation, the way we use them very loosely, please, we should give them up. They are not what it is. Okay, they are absolutely not what it is. Meditation classes and this and that, they are not what really dhyanam is. Okay, and it is actually not the correct way to use those padangal and phrases and convey the wrong meaning, because dhyanam is an extremely sacred thing, but they cannot be easily attained unless I follow the previous steps. So after dharanam, which is concentration, closest way we can describe it in English, extended beyond a certain number of minutes continuously without break. Then I enter the space of dhyanam. Okay? Now, dhyanam itself continues for the equal amount of time, like the way I did in dharanam, same number of minutes. I'm not counting the minutes. Okay? The time and all that really is not following all that. But in the passage of time, as I continue my dhyanam, okay, that leads to samadhi. Okay? Those are the 3 steps, 3 subsections. On this, we came up to the dhyanam, and at the end of the conclusion of this dhyanam thing, when the passage of time with Bhagavan's grace, we're continuing, the mind is fully under control, not wavering here or there, and focused on that, completely reveling in the bliss of Bhagavan, etc. We saw all that that's been described. And now, the final Sayujyam step comes, samadhi. The scholars and the various discourses you might hear, it is best to, they talked about so many types of samadhi is there, Sagaja samadhi is there, do you know what so many words they give, they're all meaningless. Actually, they're confusing, and it is best that one stays away from all that. Yeah, samadhi means becoming one. The separation vanishes, the maya is lifted, so there's no feeling of separation, and that's all it is. That is ekam sat. So leading to that, first thing is the mind disappears. Okay? After dhyanam, succeeding in dhyanam for a certain amount of time, and coming into this mind disappearing. Up to that point, we came in 35. And now we'll take up 36, where the yogi, the sadhaka, now with the mind completely gone, absolutely silence mind, no likes, no dislikes, no disturbances, no attraction to the outside world, completely focused on the bliss of Bhagavan. Complete. The bliss of Bhagavan, whatever form one wants, that's okay. The form itself will disappear, and it is only a bhavam of bliss, Sat Chit Anandam. It's only Anandam only, it's only Santam only, it's only Prema only. There's nothing beyond that. And Satyam only. It's all one big ocean. Now, at that point, he also realizes all these likes and dislikes and attractions and all these things, everything. Because at that point he has no attachment to the body. He realizes it is all because he was falsely identifying himself with the body. Ahamkaaram is experienced. Then that ahamkaaram is also left at this stage. This is what happens to Parikshit after the beautiful nectarine story from Bhagavatam we shared a couple of sessions before. And then he requests, prays to Sukamuni, and please Swami, I don't have much time left. Tell me the birth of Krishna. And Sukamuni says, what better the Bhagavata story can I narrate than that? I've been waiting for that, to tell you that. You have to come to a certain right stage to really experience the sweetness of the birth of Krishna. Okay? Now, Parikshit was at that stage. So the sage narrates it to him. After taking the 10, beautifully he merges with Krishna. How did he merge? Sukamuni himself said, the king has merged with Krishna, becomes one. So that ahamkaaram also leaves. So let us take up Slokam 36 today. And subsequent to this, the Bhagavan describes how finally it comes into Slokam 44, where the Maya itself, the feeling of the wheel of separation leaves, and actually Sayuj takes place. But it all goes in stage steps as Bhagavan describes. Okay, so this is the Atma Vidya, the self-realization, getting back home. Okay, to put it simply. Number 36. Sahab apetaya charamaya manaso nivritya tasmin makimya vasitaha sukha dukkha bahye ketutvam apya asati kartari dukkhayor yat swatman vijakta upalabdha paratma kashtaha. First, the overall meaning in English so that you can appreciate the Pada Arthangar. Now, freed from the hold of the mind. Mind is gone completely. To control the mind is also means that the mind is still existing. That is what we do in the dharanam and the initial stages of dhyanam and all that. The mind is very much there. It says that I am the one who's meditating, the process of meditation, and the object on being in charge, which we are meditating. All those three differentiations are still there. But now the mind itself is gone, freed from it. Now the yogi is completely immersed in the indescribable bliss, the glory, the anandam of Bhagavan, of that one entity that is Ekam Sat. That is beyond the joys and sorrows of the world. Sukha, dukkha, bahye. Remember, the very first the way that Kapila Bhagavan taught Devahuti, and through Devahuti to you and me, if you recall, moksham, what is it? Devahuti asks the very first question, and he says that's a stage beyond likes and dislikes, beyond ragam and dvesham. Okay, like comes, and when I get what I like, that is, I call it as joy. When I don't get what I like, I call it a sorrow, isn't it? And because I don't like what I get, a sorrow, the dvesham comes against it. So likes and dislikes beyond the stage, sukha dukkha bhakye, beyond that is where the stage is. So this stage is beyond all the joys and sorrows of the world. Now at this bhavam, this experience, he really discovers Not intellectually like the way you and I are talking and this people give discourses and books tell us and all that. No. Personal sakshatkara pramanam, the personal experience, that is knowledge that he learned, he knows now. The cause of joy and sorrow lies in his ahamkaaram, the ego sense, the false attachment, the mistaken identity of himself to his body and mind. Okay, and that gets attached to Prakriti. So he realizes that truthfully. Now, I might go around and saying it is ahamkaaram, that's what the problem is. That does not mean that I really know that. I'm just saying it. Whereas to know it is to experience it. And that experience he gets, this is covered in Slokam 36. So let me read the Slokam again. Saha apyetaya charamaya manaso nivritya tasmin mahimya vasitaha sukha dukha bahye hetutvam api asati kartari dukhayoho yat swatman vidhatta ubalabdha paratma kashtaha. Number 36. Saha api. Saha api. Api means and also. Subsequent to that, saha. Now the yogi has got sakshatkaram, drashtum. He is experiencing Bhagavan. Remember, we are up to that point we come. So saha api. After that, with experience, etaya, following all the disciplines properly and obtaining the result of all this, all the niyamangal, etc., the jnanam and all that, having come to the stage, having attained the sakshatkaram of Paramapurushan, which is charamaya. Charamaya. It is devoid of avidya, devoid of ignorance. Okay. What is he talking about? Manasaha nivritya. This all the impulses, pushes and pulls and the agitations of the mind freed from all that because the mind itself is gone. Tasmin sukha dukkha bahye mahimni. That the Paramapurushan, Mahimni, the Paramapurushan, that bhavam that is beyond sukha dukkha bhasye, beyond all that, the sukham and dukkham, having come to this stage, sakshatkara parabrahman is able to experience it, that bhavam is there, mind is gone, absolutely gone, that no pull and push from the mind at all. Okay, anaska stage. And this mind's pull and pushes are due to ignorance only. Okay, that is gone. That is what charamaya manasaha nivritya means. Okay, all those pulls are there are gone. Tasmin sukha dukkha bhagye bhashye mahimni. That Parabrahman, that Brahma Swarupam, that Paramatman who is beyond all sukham and dukkham, that avasitaha. This yogi saha, avasitaha, he attains that stage, a stage of beyond sukham and dukkham. He attains the stage. When the mind is gone, where is sukham and dukkham? So that stage is now attained. Then, upalabdha paratma kashtaha. Upalabdha paratma kashtaha. Kashtaha means truth. Now, in truth, there is no gradation. It's not saying lower truth, middle truth, and higher truth, and highest truth, and all that. Ekam sat. That is the truth. That is satyam. Okay? There is no qualification. There is no editing saying this is partial truth, complete truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. All these are all wrong. Truth means truth. That's all. It itself is purnam, complete. Okay? Kashtaha is that satyam, that parabrahman, ekam sat. That is the truth. Okay, that's only one. And that is prema eva, etc. So many ways it is described. Point is, that's only one. And that kashtaha, that upalabdha, paratma kashtaha, paratma, the paramatma, the truth, the satyam of that paramatma, to experience that is something else. We can talk about it, write pages and pages of dissertation, give beautiful upanyasam, and get people clapping and, recite Slokams, Sanskrit Slokam from there, sing, and everything I can do. But none of those things really can really describe the experience of this Paramatma Kashtam, the experience of personal experience of this truth, the Satyam. That Paramatma Kashtaha Upalabdha he attained. Mind is gone beyond the stage of Sukham, Dukkham, and he also experiences the Parabrahman, okay, the Paramatma Kashtaha, the Satyam. Then, at that time, Swatman Yat Hetutvam Api. Swatman, whatever was present in him, Yat, whatever, Hetutvam Api, the reason, the causes for it, which is what are the causes that we have, you and I have, that I have the feeling of doership, that I am doing this, I am speaking, you feel that you are listening, that you are still living here. That is the feeling of doership that constantly with us. I am doing this, I'm speaking, I'm hearing, I'm sleeping, whatever we say. That's called kartrutvam, the feeling of doership. Then we also have a feeling of enjoyership, right? We enjoy various things that we enjoy through our five senses, right? And sometimes, that enjoyment may not be pleasant. But that's called bhogatrutvam. So both kartrutvam and bhogatrutvam, which is the act of feeling of doership and feeling of enjoyership, this is what hetutvam api. Hetu means the cause, the reason. Okay, understand? Born out of ignorance. So that feeling of doership and enjoyership that I've been having so far in my life, that is asati kartari. It was caused by ignorance. Thus, thus he knows, he comes to know that it is caused because of this ahamkaaram. Ahamkaaram is the hetutvam, that bhogatvam, kartrutvam, I am doing this, I am enjoying this, all those things are due to ahamkaaram. That ahamkaaram is due to ignorance. This knowledge he obtains. So, summarizing, mind is gone, amanaska stage. At that point, beyond sukham and dukkham. Absolutely no sukham, no dukkham. Okay? And something that is impossible for us to even grasp from at least where I am right now. Okay? But that's what Bhagavan says. Then, beyond sukham and dukkham, he also has this indescribable blessing of experience of Parabrahman himself, the truth. What is the truth? What is really Satyam? He experiences that. Then he realizes all this, the Sukham and Dukkham, whatever that I've had, they're all due to ahamkaaram only, which is ignorance. This is exactly what Parikshit experienced. He said, Swami, he's so grateful for teaching this to me. He tells Sukamani that ahamkaaram, that mind is gone, ahamkaaram is gone. So I'm fully involved in Bhagavan. That's what happens to Parikshit when he has this assuaging. So this slokam number 36. Saha apyetaya charamaya manase nibhutya tasmin mahimni avasitaha sukadukha bahye hetutvam api asati kartari tukkayoho yat swatman vidatta upalabdha paratma kashtaha. Now, the next slokam, we have 5 more minutes, so let's start that slokam. Now, he is now experiencing his own real identity, which is not the body, not the mind, but Parabrahman, the selfless love itself. Is knowing this. Talking about it intellectually is different, but knowing that is something else. That he knows at this point. Then, at this time, he really has no concept, no feeling of of his material body, the body that he is in. Really has no concept of it, no association, no feeling of it. And just like the way a drunkard man does not have any feeling about the clothes that he is wearing, right? Not aware of it. So this body just moves and acts and whatever it does, but he has no feeling of that. Beautiful. So even a drunkard, he may dance around whatever, he has no feeling about the clothes that he's wearing. It is like that. It's a beautiful decoupling. In other words, there is no identification. He has no identification with his body, with a zero identification. Deham cha tam na charamaha sthitam uttitam va siddha vipashyati yataha abhyagamat swarupam daivat upatemaya daiva vasadapetam daiva vasate apetam vasaha yata parikritam madira madandaha deham cha tam na charamaha sthitam uttitam va siddha vipashyati yataha adhyagamat swarupam daivat swarupam daivat upetam atha daiva vasat apetam vasaha yatha parikritam madira mada andaha. We read, give the padangal again. And deham cha tam na charamaha sthitam uttitam va siddha vipasyati yataha adhyagamat swarupam daivat upetam atha daiva vasat apetam vasaha yatha parikritam madira mada andaha. Now, just go through the padangal. Your overall meaning I have shared with you. Charamaha, slokam number 37. Charamaha siddhaha yata sarupam adhyagamat. I'm giving it a little bit phrases at a time. It's easy to understand. Charamaha means the lakshanangal. Because now this siddha, this yogi, has got characteristic is the wrong word, lakshanam. That means the spiritual qualifications, attainments that he has got, all this. Okay, that is charamaha. Because with all these spiritual attainments, siddha, this yogi, this siddhan, this jivan muktan, whatever way we want to call it, okay, yatha swarupam adhyagamate. Yatha, from which body? In which body? Swarupam adhyagamate, realized his own Atma Swarupam, Atma Vidya, because that has been attained living in a body, isn't it? So, in which body he attained that? Tam deham, that body, sitam, whether it is sitting, uttitam va, or is it being standing up, daivat apedam, Daivat means through various prarabdha karmakal, the body may still act. It may still do different things. Whatever the karma that it has to fulfill, the way it has been born, it has to carry it out. That is what all the Jivan Muksas do. The body does functions. It has to fulfill its karma. So that is Daivat, with whatever karma palangal that it has to fulfill in this body, that body, Daivat apedam. So from either that body may be sitting, Uttikamba, it may be standing up, or Daivat apedam, due to prarabdha karma, it may be going to some other place, whatever it is, Atha, or Daiva Vasate Upedam, due to Daiva Vasate, with the same prarabdha karma, Upedam, it may come back to the same place again. So whether it's sitting or standing or walking around or coming back to the same place, okay, whatever happens, this Siddhan, this Siddhaha, na pipasyati. He doesn't know. He's not attached to it. He's not bothered with it. He's not aware of it. He has no feeling about it. Okay, like how Madira, Mada, Andaha. One who's Andaha means blind. Madira, Mada means too much of drink. Because of that, the mind is completely intoxicated. Okay, Madam. So that Andaha, blindness. One who has become blind. Blind means not just physically blind, but not being aware of things around him. And due to that intoxicated stage, parikritam vasaha yatha. Parikritam means the one that he is, the cloth that he is wearing around his waist. Okay? Parikritam, going around. We say parikrama, going around, right? So parikritam means the cloth that is wearing around, that you're wearing around your hip or the waist. That vasaha, that cloth, vasaha means vastram, the cloth. Parikritam vasaha, the cloth that is going around, that is going around his waist. Madira, Mada, Andaha, intoxicated due to liquor, right? How yatha, how he does not realize whether the cloth is on or whether it is come off or it doesn't or it loosened up, how he is not aware of it. The same way, this Siddhaha, who's in the same, in which body he has realized due to the spiritual attainment, the discipline he followed and realized Atma Vidya, having attained that, he does not realize whether the body is sitting or walking around, getting up, standing and coming back to where it started. He is not aware of it. The same way, intoxicated man is not aware of the cloth he is wearing, whether it is being worn or whether it is loose, fallen down. None of those things he is aware of. Same way, this Siddha also is not aware of his body, which means he's not attached to it. Okay. So, Slokam 37. Deham cha tam na charamaha sitam uchitam va siddhaha vipasyati yataha adhyagatam swarupam daivate upetam athat daivasate apetam vasaha yatha parigrutam madira madha andhaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.